Good afternoon, my name is Baba Tanda. Thanks to Cowbell, they've made it possible to bring you the latest in the world of sports. Now let's begin from the camp of the Black Stars. And midfielder Stili Ali Muntari joined his teammates to complete Coach Kwesi Appiah's squad ahead of their first friendly game with the Netherlands coming up on May 31. Ghana's ambassador to Holland, Dr. Tony Adu, paid them a visit in camp.
Milan star joined his international teammates on Tuesday morning and trained with the side for the first time in their base in Holland. Muntari's arrival was preceded by that of Kevin Prince Boateng and Michael Essien, who were permitted to miss the early preparations last week in Accra. Kwesi Appiah would now be working with his full squad for the first time since commencing his preparations last week. The Black Stars will remain at their camping base in Arnhem for the next few days before moving to Rotterdam, where they are built to face the Netherlands in an international friendly on May 31. The team will then move camp to USA on June 1 with a revised number of 23 players after Coach Kwesi Appiah has made his final cut for June's finals in Brazil. Meanwhile, Ghana's ambassador to the Netherlands, Dr. Tony Adu, visited the Black Stars camp to inspire the players in their preparation towards the 2014 World Cup. Dr. Tony Adu, who has been in Holland for a month since his appointment, witnessed the team's training session, after which he interacted with coaches and players.
Now, talking about the Netherlands, midfielder Rafael van der Vaart will miss the World Cup after suffering a calf injury in training. The 31-year-old, who has 109 caps, was the most experienced member of Coach Louis van Gaal's provisional 13-man squad for the tournament. Van der Vaart played at the 2006 and 2010 World Cups, but will miss out on selection for the final 23-man squad, which is set to be named on Saturday. The Dutch are in Group B with Spain, Chile and Australia. Van der Vaart, who has played for Ajax, Real Madrid and Tottenham, had endured a difficult season at Hamburg, with the club involved in a relegation playoff decider with Greuther Fürth. Now, talking about the World Cup, today my colleague Benedict Owusu-Dankwa, as usual, is joining me, and we're going to dissect Group D. And Benedict, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Group D, we're looking at Italy, Uruguay, England and Costa Rica. Would you describe that group as a group of death, first of all?
Certainly not, because we've got other groups with teams that they've got pedigree more than these teams you are talking about.
Are you sure?
Yes, because if you are talking about England, you're talking about Italy, Costa Rica, and also Uruguay in the...
How many World Cups do we have in the World Cup champions do we have in there? Italy have won it before.
Yeah, they won it
England
before. England and Uruguay.
And Uruguay Costa Rica yes. Before. So come on, it's a tough group.
But judging by their current form, you can't say it's a group of death. We've got other groups, the Ghana group, Germany, Portugal, with Ghana, who, I mean, at the last two previous World Cups, they've done very well. You can talk about that being a tougher group more than the one that we are talking about. That's the Group D, which has got England, Uruguay, Costa Rica, and Italy.
Okay. Now, let's talk about Uruguay. Are the ones who are facing, who are sweating on what's the name again? Luis Suarez. Yeah. Yes. And last week I was telling you how I was praying that he won't make it to the World Cup, just in case. Well, you know, now the surgery is over, so and he's been given 15 to 20 days to recover. Is he out of the wheelchair yet? Yes, he's out. He started. Now he's on crutches. Yes, he's on crutches, and God willing, for them, maybe in about 10 days' time, he will start working, and probably in 5 days, adding to the 15 days, he will start training. So probably from now to the time we start the World Cup, and when they play, they be rushing the players the recovery process. That's what they want. Even the player is willing to play. It's not just about the Uruguay national team or the officials. It's just Luis Suarez who wants to play. There's, you know, the main reason why I think he wants to play is he's playing a team where he played the English Premier League. You know, he's from Uruguay and he plays his football at Liverpool, and he's got 5 Liverpool players in the squad, so probably he would want to face them and prove something that's, well, it's not only Luis Suarez, you guys know, at Liverpool. Also, when it comes to the national team, I play very well. And he's been doing it. In 2010, he did it in South Africa, and also proud to their qualification to the World Cup. He was the main man who helped Uruguay qualify. So, I mean, for him to come in and, despite his injury, trying to recover and play, well, I think if he's able to do that, good news for Uruguay. But he's unable to do that, then that definitely will be a big blow for them. But if I were the manager of Uruguay, I'm not sure I would have risked playing Luis Suarez at this time, because these today's date is 27. Yeah, today is 27. And so we have about today is 28. Today is 28. Yeah. So 3 days more to end May, and then plus 12 days
so
is 15 days.
We have 14 days to the World Cup.
Okay, the day of the event itself is not part.
Yeah.
So we have 14 days, exactly 2 weeks.
And he's been given 15 to 20 days to recover.
Wow. Okay. Why don't they go and borrow Marija Kovacevic from the Black Stars?
Well, that's another thing altogether. Definitely, they have people working on him, and I'm sure they know what
his recovery process, and then they do the right thing to make sure that he gets well. He gets very well healed because he has a bright future ahead of him.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
After what he did this season with Liverpool, winning all the awards in England, definitely he's got a bright future with the club.
Kwesi Appiah has a full squad in Holland now, in Arnhem. That's where they are. He has a full house, of course, with the arrival of Sulley Muntari. Exactly. Day 2 of their training in Arnhem. I'm sure you've been monitoring them. What's the latest we can pick up from the Black Stars?
Yes, they've so far had 4 training sessions since they arrived, and from what I'm picking up, it seems all the players are fit. There is no injury situation to talk about in the camp of the Black Stars. And I had a chance to listen to an interview that David Akam granted the spokesperson of the FA, that's Ibrahim Sanidar, and according to him, they are really enjoying themselves. Now it's all about trying your best to impress Coach Kwesi Appiah to be in the final 23. You know, the final 23 will be submitted to FIFA on June 2nd. That's after a friendly against Holland. So in this case, you would have to impress if you want to be at the World Cup. And Coach Kwesi Appiah now has 3 players to drop and get his final 23. So definitely, if you're a player there now, all that will be on your mind is to impress.
Don't you think they've had all the time to impress?
What they did here was a non-residential...
No, I don't even mean the training camp here, but I mean, if you had anything to prove, the reason why you were named with the provisional 26-man squad, I mean, was what you did for your club, obviously.
Yes, that's what you did, but now you've regrouped. You have 26, and the coach would have to drop 3 players. So as now you guys are together in your training, this is the time that you have to impress the coach, so that, yes, he will know that, oh, if I take this particular person to the World Cup, he wouldn't disappoint Ghanaians, so that he will add you.
Let me put you on the spot and push you close to the ball.
I know you're coming to ask which 3 players.
Exactly.
Well, that's something I would leave to Coach Kwesi. I'm not a coach here.
Of course, but will it be too early to start mentioning names of those who should be dropped?
Well, yes, for me, it will be too early.
Why?
Because we've not really seen these players play, because you can't judge their performance, a player to be dropped by what we saw in the farewell game.
Why not? I mean, every game is a game.
I know every game is a game, but you talk about the, how do I even put it? You look at the game, the level of the game. The farewell game we played here, it was a game that was to showcase the players, to bid farewell to the players as they go for this battle. Now you have a big game as the game against Holland to play. You play that game, you're able to see all these players, and there you can know that, okay, player A, B, C didn't impress in this game.
I mean, so there's been one name that has been on the lips of almost every Ghanaian, saying that, look, this is not his time.
Who is that?
I'm coming. This is not his time. He needs to stay back and then improve and then go into the game, and probably our next World Cup he might have matured enough to be part of the Black Stars squad. And everybody's mentioning David Akam.
One thing you should know about Kwesi Appiah, we've tagged him as a silent killer. Kwesi Appiah can really disappoint Ghanaians when it comes to dropping a player.
Wait, he can surprise.
He can surprise Ghanaians when it comes to the inclusion and exclusion of players. You never know. David Akam, I have seen him train and I've seen him play. He's one very good player, very fast. Well, what people are just basing on is because of his age. Okay, the guy is young. He's got more opportunities ahead of him. If you have the likes of Michael Essien and Kevin Prince-Boateng, who in the next 4 years will not be available to play for the Black Stars, if probably you qualify for another World Cup, that will be the chance for David Akam and the rest of the young players in the team like Abdul Majid Waris and Jordan Ayew. But if now the guy can play very well, and if he goes there and impresses Kwesi Appiah, definitely I know he will get in there. But I mean, it's not misplaced for Ghanaians to, be mentioning his name that David Akam will be dropped. It's left to the guy to prove that he can be in the final 23-man squad, which I believe he's currently doing there, because no player went there to joke. I'm sure even Asamoah Gyan, the captain, the likes of Kujah Samoa, Kevin Prince-Boateng, at this stage will say they are safe and that they are going to the World Cup. What if an injury comes your way? What happens? You will be dropped. if you can be the Lionel Messi in our team, if you are not fit, you'll not be taken to the World Cup just to go and sit on the bench and watch the players. There you create a space for a player to go in there. So I believe that from now till God willing Saturday when we see the team play, we just have to hold on and wait and see what will happen. From that game, then we can come out and say, okay, player A, B, or C should be dropped. But now I think it's too early for Ghanaians to start talking about player A should be dropped and player A should be taken to the tournament.
All right, so basically we just have to wait until May 31, that's Saturday, to see the Black Stars play against the Orange of Netherlands, and then we'll see how it goes. Maybe from there we'll have a fair idea as to who should be dropped and who should not be dropped, because now I'm just picking up too many names. Wakasu has come up, Rabiu Mohammed has come up.
And you know the one I heard today, Samuel Nkum.
Samuel Nkum?
Yes, I heard Samuel Nkum today too. Samuel Nkum, Wakasu, Rabiu Mohammed, and even Michael Essien.
Yes, I've heard Michael Essien too. But I mean, it won't be such a big deal if we had any of these players being dropped. Will it be?
For me, yes, you really want me to mention names here, but you know, the name that you mentioned, that's Mubarak Wakasu. Wakasu, since he's moved from Espanyol, he's not been the Wakasu that
at all.
You know, the Wakasu we saw at the Nations Cup in South Africa is not the Wakasu currently in the Black Star squad now. This is a player who could pick ball, and you know, all Ghanaians will be rest assured that his final delivery, or even when he picks up balls, it will be one that, yes, you can be rest assured Wakasu did. But now, Wakasu is not the player we see anymore in the Black Stars. He has lost his position to players like Rabiu Mohammed, coming back into the squad.
I think the only thing he has extra is the fact that he's a good penalty taker. And even that one, the consistency is questionable.
I'm not sure any coach will pick a player to a World Cup event just because the player is good at taking penalties. No. I mean, for penalty taking, I believe it's luck. It shouldn't be about your technique or when you play and the ball goes out, what do? You misses it. So no coach will take a player to a World Cup because the player is good at taking penalties. So only based on your performance.
Exactly, and your current form.
And Wakasu at this point would have to prove to Coach Kwesi Appiah that, yes, I'm the man that you took to the Nations Cup, that you played in all games, and now I'm the man that you can still rely on at this particular World Cup. If not, then I'm afraid maybe you will come on.
Well, for me, if you ask me, I think apart from the 3 goalkeepers that we have, nobody, even the 3 goalkeepers, if Kwesi Appiah decides to take only 2 goalkeepers in the World Cup.
But that's not allowed. Definitely we'll have the few goalkeepers. So as for the goalkeepers, it's secured. Kwarase, Fatal Dawda and Stephen Adams. They are going.
Okay, but talking about Stephen Adams, you know he had a mild injury on his lip after clashing with Asamoah, and that was the doctor has said that it's nothing serious, and so we should just rest assured that nothing there's nothing serious with that injury. He's gonna get well, and he will be there in the 23-man squad. Benedict, thanks very much, and hope to see you again sometime very soon. But